Hello, soulmates. Thank you for stopping by. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate each and every one of you that supports this channel in one way or the other. I say, may the good Lord continue to bless you all in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you all so very much. I see the share, I see the likes, I see the comments. Please keep them coming. God bless you as you do so. They are all appreciated. The part 1 of this video, I showed the cutting process of this upper body. I equally showed how to cut the down part, which is a handkerchief flay. Please do well to check the video directly below this one. You will see the part 1 of this tutorial. You need to see it. This video I am making now is on the sewing process. We are going to be sewing a handkerchief dress. I've already done the video where I cut out this components you can see on your screen, and also the handkerchief flay. Please check the video, watch it, and come back to this one. If you don't know how to go about it, I will attach the link to the description box. Just check the description box. Maybe I will equally put it as the first comment under this video. So check it for the part 1. Let's get started with this part 2 of it, the coupling process. So this is my front bodice. I am placing the lace on top of my underlay. The material under this lace is a Duchess material, a black Duchess. Okay, a black Duchess material, and I want to laminate this. I'm laminating using my old gum. Okay, there are other methods you can use for your lace lamination. You can use your hemming gum. You can decide to sew it. Okay, but I like this method because it's fast and is economical as well. So it's just simple. You at the edge of your bodice, you drop little. Don't pour too much of the gum, just a little. You dab it like I'm doing, and it will stay. It will not pull out. And remember, we are still going to sew it, so it's just something to hold it temporarily before you sew on it. So this is how I laminate my lace. Okay, so watch me closely while I laminate both the front and the back block. Please always encourage creators by liking and commenting on videos. Don't just watch. Like, comment, share. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Turn on the notification bell to know when next videos are being uploaded. Thank you. Stay with me. So I'm done with this. Let's set it aside. Then I bring one part of the black bodice. This is my underlay. I place the lace on it. Okay, then you have to gently arrange it. Make sure everything is aligning. Then you start laminating just the way we did in the front. Okay, this is the second part of the back body. You repeat the same lamination process just the way we did it earlier. Can you see I'm not pouring too many gums at a time? Just a little drop is okay. And we are done. We are done with all of it. So this is my front. I still have this black. Remaining a lot. So I'm thinking, what should I do? What should I do? How can I make effective use of it? This is me just trying out so many pleats, pleating it on top of the front bodies to see which one will come out nice. So still trying out. Okay, let me iron it out. and try again. Okay, I'm checking, should I go this way? No. Okay, I think the idea has come. So now I'm going to place, okay, I'm thinking if I measure my pleats, it's going to be fine. So I've decided to measure the pleats. Okay, what I'm marking there is 2 inches gap. So I'll mark 2 inches this side. I'll mark 2 inches the other side too. Remember, I've done my first pleat already to fold the edge. So watch what I'm going to do. I will lift from the 2 inches I marked and measure what I have left. Okay, let me arrange it properly. Hope you saw what I did. I lifted the plate from the 2 inches mark I made. This is my second plate. Are you seeing that? So I will iron it down so that it can stay. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera. So I've done my first 2 plates. I will iron it down. Okay. So that is it. So can you see where I'm holding? From the 2 inches, I'll drag it up, making sure I'm leaving at least 1 inch. The gap between the plates is 1 inch. Why it is necessary to measure it is for you to have an even plate. It's not good that some is big, some are small. Okay, let me trim out these parts, then we'll finalize our plating. Continue. Okay, so this is the last plate. Can you see how I went in? You know, you can't allow the edge, that's the very last plate, you can't allow the rough part of the mouth to be showing. So I put it inside in the reverse direction of the other plates. I believe we understand. Then I'll equally hold it down with my pressing iron, just like I did for the other ones. So it's time for us to trim out the excesses. I'm going to use this my lining to guide me trim out the armhole area. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, so we are just going to cut out these excess plates that protruded towards the armhole, and that is done. Okay, so we'll remove. Can you see what we are having? At this point, we are going to be working with our hemming gum. We need to keep it in place. Okay, we need to laminate the plates permanently on top of the lace. Watch the process. Remember when I was laminating the lace to the underlay, I told you can equally use a hemming gum. This is how it works. Now I'm using a hemming gum to laminate the plate on top of the lace. Arrange everything. I've inserted my first hemming gum inside. You saw me doing that, of course. So I'll make sure everything is aligning, then bring my press iron and press properly. Do you know there is difference between ironing and pressing? Yes, of course there is a difference. That's a story for another day. Let's continue with the tutorial. Okay, so now I'm introducing my second hemming gum. I believe you understand what I'm doing. I'm putting the hemming gum inside the plates. Watch, I'll push it inside the plates. That one that is coming out, I'll push everything inside the plate. So it's more like you lift each plate, you put a hemming gum, you press. When you're done, you lift another plate, put a hemming gum. You keep on doing so till you're done with all of the plates. So watch me. That's exactly what I'm going to keep doing. This is the third one. Hope you can see. I wanted to fast forward the video, but no need, so that you can understand. See what I'm doing. Please don't forget, the essence of this tutorial is for you to learn. And I can't know if you're learning if you don't comment. So please do well to comment, say something. You could ask a question. Anything is nice. Okay. So this is the last part. I lifted the whole of the pleats up. I placed my hemming gum and I am bringing it down. This is the last process of the lamination. You saw when I lifted it up, the pleats didn't scatter because they have already been held together by the hemming gum. So this is the last part that is going to glue it automatically to the lace. Then I will press and that is it. So this is what we are having. I will flip it over to trim out the remaining excesses from the pleats. Okay, just carefully trim out any excess showing off anywhere. I'll turn over the other side as well and trim the second part of the armhole. Okay, so this is it. Turn it over again to show us what we are having. It's looking pretty. Can you see that? It's looking pretty and everything is in place. Let me show you. Can you see? Can you see the gap between each pleat is equal? The next we are going to do now is to join the shoulder seams for the main material separately and the lining separately. Okay, while I do that, I remembered I'm here to cut my belt. So let's cut out our belts and equally the little sleeve the outfit is going to have. So this is me trying to cut out my belt with the remaining material. Okay, so this is the two belts, after which I will open it up here. Okay, okay, so this is what we have. This is one. I'm going to sew it here. I'm going to cover it up straight like this. Okay, for the two of them, let me set that aside. Now we are going to cut out the sleeve structure with the remaining piece of material we have. I folded into two, arrange it properly, then I'll fold it again this way. Okay, so this is the midpoint. Watch how I'm going to just creatively draw what I want. Then I'll trim out this excess. Sorry, I didn't know the camera paused and I cut it without videoing. So this is what I have for the sleeve. After cutting that one, I folded again to cut out another one. So I will sew here. I will sew on top this way. I don't know. And this is the second one. One is serving as the lining. One will serve as the lining. Can you see it's into two? Each one is into two. Each is into two. So you arrange it properly and I'm going to sew on top like I told you. I'll first of all fold it like this and make a notch. Okay, let me trim it down. I think the volume, I'm not liking the volume I'm having. So I'll trim it down a little bit. So after trimming, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and sew on this part that I'm trimming now. So that is done. See our belt. I've gone ahead to sew the belt. Can you see how I sewed it? This way. Then I sewed all the way down. Then I left this side open. This is where I'm going to turn it out from. Okay, then I'll cut out all the excesses so that when you turn over to the good side, it will lay properly. So after trimming, the next we are going to do is to turn it inside out from here. Okay, let me go through this. We know there are so many ways you can turn something like this out. Can you see what I did? Can you see that? Is simple. I like using this method. There are other methods where you can even use your safety pin and all of that, whichever way that works for you. If you don't have this material I'm using, you can equally use your scissors and place it exactly the way I did. So this is it. This is our two belts. This is our two belts. I am going to iron it out. Okay, now this is the sleeve structure I told us about. I told you I was going to sew on top this way. Can you see? So I've gone ahead to sew it and trim the excesses. Turn to the good side. This is me turning to the good side. This is our sleeve structure. And I'm going to iron. I'm going to iron everything. Make sure you iron everything out smoothly. Your iron should be your best friend. Don't forget that as a designer. So I'm done ironing out everything. I'm going to run a running stitch, a loose stitch. Can you see this part of the sleeve? I'm going to run a loose stitch this way to enable me gather it. Okay, I already did that for this side of the sleeve. I ran a loose stitch. If you have a gather footer, you can use your gather footer at this point to just gather everything. But I don't have a gather footer at the moment. So I decided to run a loose stitch and I will draw it like so to gather it up to the length I need for the sleeve. So this is what I have now. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do now, you remember I told you I was going to sew the shoulder. Can you see the shoulder seam? This is the lining. I've joined the shoulder. This is the main fabric. I've equally joined it on the shoulder. Remember, we are using inseam finishing. Okay, so this is what we are going to do at this point. I'll trim out the excess I have. Anywhere you have an excess, you trim it out. Okay, the shoulder allowance, I'm trimming out a little part of it. So next I'm going to measure out where I want the sleeve to start and end. Okay, I'm going to measure out where I want it to start and where it would end. So this is our sleeve. This is how we are going to place it. Can you see that? Okay, so I will, from the front towards the front, I'll come down, I'll sew it till 3 inches. Then towards the back, I'm having 2.5. So it will start from 2.5 backward, come to the front, down to 3 inches after the shoulder. That's from the shoulder backward, 2.5, front 3 inches. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to sew it now. Take it to my sewing machine, sew it, then bring this is my belt. I'll come up, sorry, I didn't know it was not showing properly. So from the half length, I'll come up by 1 inch. Can you see? I'll come up by 1 inch and place my belt this way. Then I will sew. I will do so for the both sides. I will equally sew the sleeve. I'm coming up from here by 1 inch. After the 1 inch, I'll place my belt. I hope you understand. Okay, so I've gone ahead to sew it. Can you see the belt? I've tacked the belt down. I've equally attached the sleeve. Can you see what we are having? on the main fabric. All these things I did is on the main fabric. Hope we understand. Then I'll place it out like this and bring my lining. Remember, the lining has been joined just on the shoulder, so I'm going to place it good side facing good side. So the one facing me upward is the wrong side. I'll push in the sleeve in this way. Can you see how I arranged it? I'll push in the sleeve, then I will sew the armhole like so. For this side, I will equally sew the neckline right around both the front and the back neckline. Then I'll equally sew the armhole, the both armhole, the neckline, and I'll bring back to show you what we are having. Let me get the sewing machine. Let me repeat what I said. This way, that way. Remember to push in the sleeve like so. I've gone ahead to sew it like I told us, and this is what we are having. Can you see? This side is still open, the side seam. I sewed on the armhole. I sewed the neckline front and back. Okay. I equally sewed it down towards the zipper allowance. I'm not doing 100% inseam finishing. The zipper allows side is exempted. So the next you're going to do is to gently notch round the neckline and notch round the armhole. Gently, be gentle so you don't cut through the thread. So I'm done notching round. The next is to trim out all the excesses so that when you flip over to the good side, it will lay properly. There will be no form of bulginess. It will not bulge out as a result of so many allowances in there. So I will trim it out to remain as little as possible. Don't forget, be careful not to cut through the thread. I'll do it for both the two armholes and equally the neck region. So after trimming, this is what we'll have. Okay. The next we are going to do now is to turn it inside out. Watch what I'm going to do. From the front, I lifted the lining. I'll try to pass my hand through the shoulder and I will draw out the back. Did you see how I went about it? You know, it's for a kid, so the shoulder space is not much. I drew it out. Can you see now? Inseam finishing can be stressful, yes, but it's always the best. Are you seeing what we are having here? I'm going to do same for the other side. Pull it out from the front. It's just this simple. Just carefully turn out everything. Carefully push out every point. Okay, make sure everywhere is properly turned out, and this is what we'll have. Can you see the back? The back is so pretty. You know, inseam finishing is just a bay. It's beautiful. Oh my god. So this is what we are having at the moment. So fine, and this is the good side. See, this is the good side. If it was a nice material you used at the reverse side, this is what how to make anything called reversible outfits. An outfit you can wear either the front or the back. This is the method you use in seam finishing. So we are going to close in the side seam now. Can you see what I did? I'll pick it up this way. I don't know if you saw what I did. Did you see? I threw the let me repeat it again. Let me repeat again. I threw the belt away. I brought the back. I'll open it up like so. Can you see what I'm opening up? So I'm going to sew the main outfit to the main outfit, then the lining to the lining, good side facing each other, good side of the outfits to the good side of the outfit, and same with the lining. Then I'll mark out my seam allowance. You know the seam allowance we added 2 inches. I'm going to sew it out now. This is what we call fitting. Okay, and you have to be careful. Remember, why inseam finishing is stressful is that to adjust it is difficult. So I'm going to do that for that side. I'll do same here too. Flip the belt inside the outfit, bring them together like so, good side facing each other, open it out. So I've gone ahead to sew it. I've gone ahead to sew on the 2 inches allowance I marked out for the both sides, and this is what we are having. See the wrong side looking so neat, the wrong side looking so neat, everywhere looking so neat. Okay, and this is the good side looking neat as well. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is to introduce the down parts, the handkerchief flay. Let me tie this belt so that it won't disturb us. So we are going to introduce the handkerchief flay at this moment. Okay, so I've brought my flay. Firstly, I'm going to fold the upper body into 2 and notch the midpoint. Sorry, I didn't know it wasn't showing. Okay, it's showing now. Notch the midpoint. This is the midpoint of the upper body. Set aside. I'll get my handkerchief flay. You remember, hope you've seen the video on the cutting process. Is attached to the description button. Sorry. I will equally fold into 2. Make a notch at the midpoint. The link is on the description box. I'm equally going to place it as the first comment under this video. So what I'm going to do now is I will align the midpoint of the upper body to the midpoint of the flay, and I will sew through front and back. This is what I have. I've gone ahead to sew it, attach it. Can you see that? I equally covered it up with a lining. You see what we have? This is the lining facing me. That's the lining I'm holding now, and the main fabric the other way. Wait, let me turn it out so you understand what I'm saying. See what we are having. So I used the lining to finish it up. I didn't explain how I was going to fix the lining. Please, if you don't know how to do it entirely, you can tell me on the comment section. I'll make a brief video on how I attached the lining. I didn't know my camera didn't capture that part. I'm sorry about that. So this is what we are having. In and out is looking all pretty, all beautiful. This is what we call inseam finishing. It's always perfect, beautiful, and professional. But you have to be sure your measurement is accurate, because to amend clothes made with inseam finishing is always difficult. So you have to make sure you have a perfect and accurate measurement. I have a video on this channel on how to take a perfect and accurate body measurement. Check the channel, you will see the video. Okay, it's the basics. So this is what we are having sitting up pretty. Don't worry, I'm going to show you the final look of it. This is so beautiful. So this is the final outlook of our handkerchief dress. You can use same method to make it for an adult. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with me. God bless you. Please comment, like, and share the video. Have a nice time. See you